everybody, I've got a couple of very important questions to answer about relationships this week. To help me do that, I brought along former President of the United States, Theodore Roosevelt, and this really cute cat. Your questions, my answers, and a whole lot more after the intro. So I haven't done comment of the week in a while, but last week's Ask Kristen, are periods poisonous? Generated 2 comments so worthy of praise, I've got to call them out. First, I've got at Piper's Twin with, if periods are poisonous, what about all the other things we use for punctuation? Coming in at a very close number 2, at Karina Valentin said, if you're wearing skinny jeans, you are surely not on your period. This week I've got a couple questions about relationships. The first one is coming from at Mandy Magenta, who wants to know, I'm wondering, I read an article that says it's important to cultivate serious relationships in your 20s because you have to practice. I don't know how much credit to give it. Is there really a right age to develop serious relationships? I'm 25 now, you spring chicken you, and I've never been in a serious relationship. Should I be worried that I don't have practical experience? First of all, at Mandy Magenta, no, everybody develops a little bit differently, and I've known people who have fallen in love earlier in life and later in life and every age in between. So calm yourself, the time has certainly not run out for you. But I would also challenge you to take a minute and ask yourself a question of why you haven't been in a serious relationship. I have a feeling that maybe it has something to do with the fact that you've been too invested in your hobbies, careers, school, friendships, relationships outside of romantic ones. If that's the case, you do you. And I would also challenge you to consider how you would define a serious relationship, because that's also going to change from person to person. Really figure out and understand better what is valuable to you, what is attractive to you. That's the kind of practical experience that helps out in long-term dating. It's actually knowing yourself. The more confident I am in who I am, the healthier my relationships are. Question from at Men Love to Eat, at Kristen Loves to Eat too. Dear Kristen, I recently read an article about social media ruining kids' and adults' sex lives, making it the norm to just hook up instead of form meaningful relationships. Is this bad? I'm struggling because I somewhat agree with this view, but I also don't think it's okay to judge someone else's sex life just because it's different. Dealing with some of these issues myself, I'm wondering where these 2 arguments meet, if they do at all. Now, I know the article that you're referring to. I read it and I had a negative reaction to this article. It echoes this common refrain of hookup culture plus teenage girls equals ruination of women. That's the problem with these kinds of articles that are panicked about social media and technology and how that's accelerating the hookup culture. I think that what's ruining people's sex lives is us having more access than ever before, but still having such a low level of education and understanding about what we're really wanting and doing and engaging in, not just physically, but also emotionally and mentally. And that, combined with our fear of talking about it, to kids in particular, is only gonna make the problem worse. We are not teaching girls about agency, about consent, about bodily integrity, about self-love, foreign expectations versus real-world expectations. Hooking up is not gonna go away, but hooking up is also not the problem. I wanna hear what you think about this. Do you think that social media influence, technology, and the hookup culture is ruining sex and dating, especially for girls and women? Let me know in the comments. I know this is kind of a hot button topic, so I really wanna hear back from you on this. And keep it civil, don't get slut-shamey people. Ask me your questions, I'll do my best to answer. I'll see you next week, and stay terrific.